Welcome. My name is Evgeny Rusakov and you're watching TVP World, interview from Vilnius. Less than 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump has won the US presidential elections. He will take office in 2 months. And there's many questions to be asked regarding his second presidency. For example, how might Trump's return to the White House affect the global economy? To answer this and many more, we are joined today by the economist Marius Dubnikovas. Hello, Marius, and thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thank you for the invitation.
So, first of all, what do you, as an economist, think of Donald Trump's comeback to the White House?
I always watch the investment markets, what is happening there. The financial markets, well, I would say, soared after understanding that Trump will be the next president. So what we have seen the huge increase in the equity market, so shares went up. We saw the increase of rates that are applied for US bonds. So this means getting money for US, the price has increased. So this and the commodities prices like oil, like metals went down. So what does it mean? This means that the market sees the situation that the risk has decreased. Everyone was waiting probably for election results, but as a result itself, probably there was no, I would say, no big difference who will be the president, because the polls showed that they are almost equal. But the result that the president is elected, the president is elected with a huge gap between other competitor, so there won't be protests, there won't be legal issues, etc., etc. So the markets realized that the risk is decreasing in the market, and the prices of everything went up. So, the investors and I would say the big money are showing in this case that they trust the situation and they think that everything will be okay.
And that's what exactly his victory during the presidential elections mean for the global economy? We
could look at the year 2016. When he
became
the first time as a president. So the situation was that I would say, the market by that time reacted negatively. The markets went down for 5 hours, and then it seems like the investors started to read what he has promised. And by that time, everyone found out that what he's going to do, so he's going to lower taxes and increase the capital expenditure from the government, which means it's an expansion of economy. And then in 5 hours, the situation in the markets changed, everything went up. But this time, probably everyone also read the promises of Trump, and they are quite the same. So they are the same. Lower the tax profit.
So we could say that this time the market reacted like totally
from
different.
the first second when they understood that the Trump is going to be, because his promises, main promises are decrease the profit taxes for huge companies, lower expenditures for poor people on medicine, and also he is a protective guy on his own economy, so on the US economy. So he is looking at financial markets as well. So financial markets reacted very positively, and what was very interesting to see that it went all over the world. It was globally. So this means from US to Japan to Australia, every stock market went up, except one, and this was China. So China reacted to this very conservatively, and it was not like very negative, but China markets reacted, Trump is going to be a president, let's look what will happen.
According to some experts, Trump's return to the US presidency, provided his campaign promises are realized, could lead to new trade wars, rising dollar and inflation in America. So rising and strong US dollar. Is it good for us, and is it good for US itself?
Well, US dollar already soared. Right now it is in the highest point in probably the last 2 years, something like this. There is a risk that dollar will go up because right now the central bankers who were very keen to lower the rates for the loans, right now probably they are going to stop, because this is totally right. Trump's position means that the US economy will be heated. Not normally, I would say heated, it's like an abnormal situation. And this might be a risk that inflation will go out of the control. Not right now, not in January, not in, let's say, in the middle of next year, but in next years. There's such a risk, because everyone was waiting for a lower inflation. Right now, when you're lowering taxes, you're increasing expenditures, you are going probably to war with the taxes on other countries, or discussions, what Trump is good at. There is a risk that inflation will go up. And this risk was measured by increase in US bond rates. So this means that if US wants to borrow, it has to pay more. Why more? Because investors see a risk of inflation. So everything is in financial markets is very clear and written, I would say.
Okay, and is logical. Okay, but coming back to my question, strong and rising dollar, is it good for us, for the EU market?
It depends. It depends about which country we are speaking. If we will speak generally about the European Union, strong dollar is okay for EU, because this means that our production prices are lower because the euro is going down. So this means we can more easily export our goods to the countries that pay us in dollars, and this means we will get more money. This situation is good for Germany, for net exporters. This situation is not very good for the countries like Lithuania, for example, because we are exporting all our goods to European Union. This means Poland, our partner number one by the numbers. Partner number two is Germany. Then we have Latvia and Scandinavia. And everywhere is euro, not dollar. And the problem is, another problem for Lithuania, such countries like Lithuania, is that we buy all the commodities from which we produce something, we pay in dollars. So this means the prices of commodities will increase for us, but the prices of export won't increase because this is local market. So it depends in which country we are. For Germans and for Europe itself,
it should be okay.
It should be okay. There will be even a challenge for Mr. Trump to manage these things, because definitely he will want to increase his own export, and this means strong dollar doesn't help him.
Now, those trade wars that I've read about, and this is where China comes to the stage as well. So as a candidate, Donald Trump said he wanted to impose universal tariffs on 10-20% on imports from all countries, and 60% on imports of Chinese goods. So it would be done to support US manufacturers. And is this the so-called trade wars that we are talking about? And what impact would these trade wars have on European Union?
Well, war is always not a good thing, I would say, because it's stopping the economy, and this means those who benefit from the trading, their number is decreasing. So, and financial markets also that showed. For example, for China, it was a stop. Probably they will have the 60% taxes on their goods. And this means that the trading between the US and China will decrease. So the business will be slowing. This means the prices in the US, this is again, while inflation in the US might increase, because the prices of other goods will increase in the US itself. And speaking about other countries, 10-20%, probably mostly it's the question of Europe. So again, if we would look at financial markets, we can see different angles where people see the risk, what goods will be taxed.
Okay.
So, for example, in generally, Europe's financial markets went up as well. But what is related with the car industry and cars producers in Europe, folks, all the German marks and others, they went sharply down.
Okay.
Because probably not for all goods from Europe we will get taxes. This sentence is about 10-20%. It seems like a good start for negotiation. You know, when you say, I will tax you by 10%, but if you will act in a normal way, probably we can agree not applying any taxes.
Okay.
But one sector which is definitely under the gun is car industry, because in Trump's promises or Trump's program, there's also written that they will try to reach that in 2030 that 50% of cars would be electrical cars. That has been sold, the new ones, and let's guess which trademark will be there.
I guess so. Are we talking about the one that owns the former Twitter X platform right now?
Yes.
We're talking about that gentleman.
So this means that's why probably the car industry will get their taxes, and it might go to up to 20 in order to clean out the market in the US for local industries, I would say.
Okay, let's talk about another interesting thing that I cannot leave without mentioning: cryptocurrency. So how would you explain the rise in the price of Bitcoin immediately after it was announced that Donald Trump comes back to the White House?
First of all, we have to understand that in the US there is a totally different, I would say, co-working between business and politicians. So the lobbyism in the US is totally clear. Everyone knows that I have interests in one or another businesses, like car businesses, for example. Also, there are lots of people who work in cryptocurrencies. They are very close to Trump. And after the elections, there was written that Trump and his team, which is very clear to this business, they declare that they want to make US a cryptocurrency center of the world.
That's interesting.
So that's why it's went up. So it is very interesting to see who will take places near Trump and what are their background.
You mean his team, right?
Yes, it's definitely. When we will see all the team, we will definitely be able to understand which sectors will be favored more rather than less.
I see.
So this why we see lots of changes right now.
But that cryptocurrency, what does that mean for the world, briefly? What does that mean for the world economy and for the black market? The rise of that cryptocurrency.
I would say that we should more focus on normal economy, which is much bigger and more important for us, for our lives, rather than cryptos. But this market is increasing its, I would say, its power, and being a center of something means a center of control as well. So if you see all the flows, probably even you can understand where those flows are going. So for the dark market, as you say, or a gray market, which might exist in these currencies, they might be more and more controlled by US, or at least you can know who is paying for what. So if London is a center of equity trading, so you control that one. If you have a center in New York, so you control the whole world's equity market. If you're a center of cryptocurrencies, so again, money talks and information talks. So when you are in the center, you have the biggest amounts of information. And this means you can use it in any way.
Marius, thank you for joining us today, and I really hope to see you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to remind our viewers that our guest for today was the economist Marius Dubnikovas. You're watching TVP World. Stay with us.